Oh, and snacks. Oh, so many players to face here, and of course, that's a difficult time locking onto a single target. A lot more players entering the side right now. Snacks weaving out of cover, but finally does go down. 2v2 takes place, and Tikitakan in another position to get that bomb down. PHR not going to be able to challenge the players as of yet, and another problem for Illuminar will be the lack of defuse kits, meaning that they really have to work this one out as soon as they can.
2v2, Red Star tagged up, but at least has the AWP to play with. Flashbang is perfect. Gives Ivan the chance to at least relocate. Now, they don't have a smoke for them for the bomb defusal, but what they have is an angle of attack, and Red Star puts it to brilliant use. Mouse just about gets out alive, able to squander the AWP into the next round of money. Thankfully, not going to be too much of an issue, but still going to be plaguing their side in the likes of Nax and the likes of PHR, but a reinvestment will come through. But 6-1, and again, another chance of breaking Illuminar. They've got to start to step up here. They cannot afford to lose any further CT rounds, or else Tikitakan. I mean, we know their T-side good, but the fact that they're playing this well on T-side Vertigo, they're making this look like a dust too. They're making this look like a mirage here.
Yeah, this is looking quite one-sided. Snacks, though, chimes in with a kill, and so does Veggie with the second one indeed. Finally, something goes the way of the Illuminar. There's a good chance they might win this one, and with that excess damage being inflicted, it almost feels likely. Oh, they even spot out the boost as well. Really dissatisfying stuff here for Tikitakan that they get shut down so quickly. In fact, wow, it's going to be Veggie securing 4 kills on the defense. We didn't really get to see that many kills from Veggie's perspective, but it goes to show that these Illuminar players shouldn't be counted out just yet. The old guard of Veggie and Snacks holding on to the bomb set and successfully making sure that the players of Tikitakan did not hit it.
What Illuminar need, they need some of these more experienced players to start stepping up to the field. Knowing that right now is, well, a pinnacle point in the game. They cannot afford to let Tikitakan take a further victory. As right here, Mao's playing the secondary AWP. Just going to be keeping the B site like a watchtower here. Ensuring that every piece of info does eventually pass through his scope, although with the boost up that has already been made, simple flashbang over the top would start to force a challenge. But Maus, this is the first shot, luckily has PHR in defense, and they start to connect. If there's one thing you cannot do in Vertigo, it's walk into a site without the utility, and that's the mistake Tikitakan make.
Oh, again, another solid hold from the players of Illuminar. Not losing a single player. Tikitakan, though, not having it easy in this round, it seems like. And so, such a successful run of form. Let's see if they can keep it up here. Mouse, great shots coming in with the AWP early on, shutting down the offense on the B-bomb side. And that's the one thing you don't get to see too often here in Vertigo, is teams changing things up from time to time. But most ends up being, just the A side, time and time again. But here, things have been changed up. Tikitakan have gone A, Tikitakan have gone B, but tried their 2 options, didn't succeed, and now, Sphinx. Beautiful early frag. Ivan as well? That's mid-control being gained by the T's.
Love this as well. They just pull back completely. Sphinx keeps hold of the AWP. I would like to actually see that swapped out with Ivan, though, just for the fact that... Oh, there we go. Give it to Red Star, fair enough. Although, for the fact that either Jor or Sphinx has Kevlar, give the AWP to one of the un-Kevlar players. That's the logical way to go about this round, because now it is very, very winnable. Tikitakan. They make their way round toward the B-bomb site this time. DHR on the front line, just trying to keep the site safe here, but... do they check the left-hand side corner is the question. They are incredibly aware. A little bit of spam will draw out the fire, and that's the B site gone. And Tikitakan, like they did on Mirage, they're about to convert another eco round here, it seems.
Oh, of all the rounds, Tikitakan, they've managed to secure one where there's barely anything in their pockets. There's barely any sort of weaponry to work with, but it is enough. Unbelievable stuff. And 7 is looking likely. Well, they're going to have to back away here, Illuminar. That's just the nature of the beast. Mouse and Vig need to save on the weapons. Keep them for the next round so they can come back strong with the purchase. But it goes to show again, Tikitakan. Sometimes relying on that individual aim is just enough to get you through with some rounds. And here is no different, as they do secure round number 7.
Solid so far, 7-3. Illuminar, thankfully, do have a build-up of economy. Couple of saved weapons is always great. The Innocent not particularly having a great game. 4-6 so far. Very nice new feature of the player showcase, though. Able to see statistically just how these individuals are performing. With Illuminar, see what they can bring to the table here. Smokes down to ramp, pretty standard. Legs available. Ivan spotting out the info at least. Doesn't want to be overextending their snacks, has to be very careful. But I like this. Becky starting to apply the pressure. PHR, that is beautiful. Delivers a double down on that B bomb site. Thinks good return, but seems like Illuminar might just be ahead for now, but it all depends on these interactions. Ivan wanting to go a little more aggro, the timing. Oh, they just about spotted him, but no. PHR now, shadow available. Spinks in a 3k motive. Mouse will trade one back, but this makes the round way more competitive. Oh, Spinks.
What is he doing? Spinks! He's the brains, but he's also the brawn. So many kills being picked up. And well, Mouse, yeah, he's got the bomb all right. The problem is, though, ooh, the first engagement does not go his way. And Tikitakan, what an incredible run of form so far. I mean, this is also one of the players you don't expect to step up too often. He is the IGL for Pete's sake, but Spinks, so far the first half is yet to come to a close, but the man's sitting comfortably on 14 frags, and I think he's just in a prime position to acquire even more to his tally.
So good. I love it when an IGL can actually turn up and make that sort of play. It reminds me of the Crystal from way back in the early stage of No Chance, before his sort of little peter off of performance, where he was picking up solid amount of kills pretty much after he returned from Ghost. But yeah, you love to see just the fact that Spinks can bring that out of his arsenal is brilliant. Nice early entry. Jure able to shut out Veggie. Seems like Illuminar are just having a real tough time. You can tell that the team play, the composure, the fragging power just isn't there comparative to what we saw when they had Rallen on the field.
Yeah, it does feel like having Rallen is a better choice than having a player like PHR. Even so, PHR, I mean, credit to where credit is due. The fact that he hasn't played that much CS recently, and the fact that he's putting in the numbers that he is, they'll say that's a bonus. Impressive, even, to some extent. Yeah, 45 seconds. The players off Tikitakan getting incredibly close towards the B-bomb site. Does feel like it will be the final destination here for Tikitakan. No need to overthink things. Innocent, though, gets a good frag here in Spinks. Eliminates one of the better players on the side of Tikitakan. And, well, there's 2 more to find here in Flames. It's not really aware how many players are there at construction. Innocent gets the 1, but they're not expecting a second player to be there. PHR losing a bit of his health. Mouse, though, chimes in. And now it's Flames having very little time to work with. PHR swings out. And there we go. Illuminar finally get themselves another one on the board.
Great return by Illuminar. Just ensuring so far that the second sort of wave of this half might still be on the table. Very messy round there, actually. Flames definitely had a chance to, rather than smoke off that close sight cross, actually kill off the couple of players that were inside of short. But look at this. PHR again gaining control of the stairwell. The angle, though. Does Jaw check it is the question. Well, he needs to. And Maus, no, keeps his teammates safe. PHR, the fact that that first kill comes through surely gives them a very close sign that might be a player in tow, and that is exactly the case. Refrag comes through, Spinks finds Snacks as well, and still he is on a roll right now. This man is not stopping. Damage done to Innocent, and Tikitakan, they're back to winning ways already.
Oh, there we go. Would you look at that? Tikitakan. You might think, oh, that's a bit of a setback losing the previous round, but nothing like it. I mean, it's just so incredible how throughout this first half, as well as Mirage's first half, Illuminar just can't get a strong foothold. It feels like it's almost impossible. Tikitakan, whenever you think, right, maybe this is the chance for Illuminar to string those few rounds together, Tikitakan says a big fat no. They respond with a few rounds of their own. Not really satisfying, but it is what it is. Spinks, though. Good frag coming in. It will be, in fact, Illuminar just trying to go for some ballsy play there in the middle, but it's not really going their way yet. Tikitakan will continue on to push the B-bomb side. How does Dior survive that one?
The fact that he's still alive after so many, not just of his missed shots, but so many tags in there. Incredible that he makes it out. Veggie some decent damage as well, but I mean, we can't take away from the fact that right now, Tikitakan 10 rounds on T side. Vertigo, that's almost unheard of at this point. The fact that they are playing such a good T side is scary right now. I mean, we can compare this to the likes of, even when they played, let's say, Gamer Legion on Nuke, or a sort of victory there where they had, like, I think it was maybe 9 or 10 rounds in the first half as well. But, I mean, Tikitakan, they are looking so good. Or is it Dust 2 that's maybe comparative? Yeah, it might be Dust 2, actually, where they make sort of 12, 11 rounds consistently T-side. Yeah, it is. 12-3 is their most consistent half, so scary. The fact that they are playing as good here on a map they've never really played on compared to Illuminar. This time, though, good returns. Some solid refrags, but still a 3-on-3, and with mid-control established, the world is their oyster here for Tikitakan.
Ooh, that's a lot of pressure and lonesome PHR. He has no idea where the players will come from exactly, but he is keeping a close eye on CD spawn as well, but it's not gonna matter. You can keep your close eye, but Spinks is gonna land the bullet. Dior, on the other hand, has got the high ground, and Veggie left in a 1 versus 3. And it will be, in fact, Tikitakan running away with 11 rounds on the T side of Vertigo. Now, that's one way you can send a strong message that you're out here to play.
This is absolutely incredible from Tikitakan. I mean, the fact that they, like we can't look at Vertigo and think, oh, they've secretly practiced this, because of the fact that they have not just Vertigo, but Inferno, Train, and Overpass as well with no played maps. It just shows that they haven't played too many officials yet. But the fact that they are performing so incredibly well is such a impressive feat. The fact that this side seems to have a lot of potential right here. And then making Illuminar look like a very amateur side. It's going to be the A-bomb site where the T side look to approach in this pistol. And the one thing that we know from Tikitakan, their CT side isn't as strong. So they feel like if Illuminar get off to a good start, there might be a chance here. But, well, good start might never arrive because it's a clean round from Tikitakan.
What in the world?
I don't know what I'm watching.
That pistol round as well. It what? Lasted a whole 5 seconds?
Literally.
Jeez, Tikitakan, now this is one hell of a formidable roster. I beforehand just saw them, pick up those results, and I'm looking at them, and okay, that's formidable. It was pretty impressive. But now seeing them actually play, I can tell you that this roster could definitely rock a few teams here at the Swiss stage at the very least. But for now, let's see if they can still get themselves over the victory here as they, struggling a little bit against the pistols as the Illuminar get themselves free kills and they have a B. Oh no, they also have an empty B bomb site. That's horrible for Tikitakan.
Oh, Snacks just keeping the game alive. Beautiful. Like you say, Tikitakan falling maybe at the wrong point here as Ivan at least keeps it alive for now. 1 versus 3 to play. Still has a great deal of work to do. Has a defuse kit though, so maybe can run down the clock a little bit more than he might have been able to previously, but good pounce by Mouse. Realized that he could hear the footsteps inside of mid. Little bit of a distraction play, and it works out brilliantly. Illuminar, they get away with the force by victory. Some great work from Snacks in that one. And 12-5 that, more likely than not, keeps Illuminar alive in this game for a little bit longer.
Oh, if there is one way to bounce back, this has got to be one of those ways. Winning around you're not supposed to, and it wouldn't matter as well. Just the mere pistols. This is your opportunity right now, Illuminar, to try and get a few more rounds. You cannot let this one slip. Convert this one, and there's a full-on eco. There's, of course, the possibility to make this one 12-7. If there's a team that can do so, I mean, it has to be Illuminar. Even here as well. We talked about the fact that Illuminar ends up having close games on maps like Vertigo. Maybe this is what they need right now. Being on the back foot, it seems like Tikitakan might just give away a few more rounds here and there, not being 100% fully focused. That's Illuminar's way to get back into this game.
Their CT side is a liability, I will say that. Yeah, they've played a couple of close maps. It is their CT side that usually does, make them not make them lose the game, but definitely factors into not being as strong as their T side. But Flames, this is not a good way to start. Fortunately, Snacks deals with it nice and quickly, making sure that no further damage can be inflicted. But look at this, Ivan. Time, back of the site, only good for 1, and well, there we go. Round seemingly dealt with, nice and easy by Illuminar. The force buy not paying off this time, and a Flaker round on the way. Illuminar should be able to make this 12-7. And like you say, just start to make Vertigo look a little bit closer. Tikitakan losing that force buy round will be feeling the effects of that. Buy round will come up next, but most likely a 3-7 for Illuminar to at least start to stabilize.
Yeah, this is where Illuminar's got the chance to get themselves an easy round win. There is a bit of a stack on the B-bomb side, though, so if they do decide to, for some reason, to just waltz in the B side, they could be in for a nasty surprise. It's better off to send out one player first, see what he can spot, and if there's going to be a lot of players here, just avoid them entirely, and then choose the other side. Uh-oh. I didn't thought I'd like it for Snacks. There's a few more players to deal with, but no worries. The Illuminar seem to have a good grasp on the situation. Just losing the one player thus far, potentially the only player as well.
Oh, okay. Some great tags in. Damage done to Innocent. There we go. Flames now left isolated, though. Pretty costly round. Some very nice kill bonuses for Tikitakan. But a victory for Illuminar nevertheless. Now, this is where things will start to get difficult. Ivan, of course, will bring out the AWP, so thankfully they drop one for Snacks. But Tikitakan, there is, of course, an opportunity to get back to winning ways, to start making this one look a lot more competitive now and start to reclaim the victory back in their favor. Utility isn't great, but they've definitely got enough, especially for a side sort of like Tikitakan, who definitely do play looser. Ivan, great first entry, AWP dead, and a 5-on-4 in the first 20 seconds of the round.
A good start for Tikitakan. So much for Illuminar, especially losing of all the players. Snacks. Oh, but look at this. Are they just going to keep on pushing middle? I wonder. Tikitakan Wouldn't strike me to try and go for such a play. Yep, they just keep on pushing middle. Ivan, on the other hand, does get punished from Innocent. This will prompt a player like Spinks to continue to move on here. Maybe come in with a big flank here on the A-bomb side. Whereas all the players from Tikitakan are making the rotation on the A-bomb side. They're just so ready and waiting for it.
This is going to be such a hard round here from Illuminar. I mean, the fact that they are slowing down as well is such a... Flame? There we go. Oh, we've had a disconnect. Wait, was that Spinks? No, it wasn't. Okay, I was going to say, I thought Spinks disconnected for a second. We have lost a player, though, which... Well, seems like it might have already caused a loss of the round. Spinks, though, gets away with one, but that is so unfortunate. Red Star isolated now. They would have had a 4-on-4, but... Well, with the disconnect, it just makes their life so much harder. And Tikitakan, they will have to submit the round. That's unfortunate there. 12-8. Illuminar will take it. They break the bank of the T side. Oh, sorry, CT side as well. But that's never a way you want to lose a round. And unfortunately, nothing can be done about it. Damage was done. It will just be something that they will have to take. Jewel will get back into the game, but Illuminar that do get away with the round here. 12-8. Just about survive with the M4, but never a good situation to be in.
Thing is as well, you know, a 4v4, it looked doable. It looked like potentially Tikitakan can pull off the win. That one player disconnecting, it hurts them so much. Remember, Spinks as well was in a prime position to try and come in with a big flank, but simply didn't go their way. Well, at least the player is back in the server, and let's hope that something like this does not repeat itself, because that could be heartbreaking for Tikitakan. And again, could be seeing a similar situation like we saw repeat on a map like Mirage. Tikitakan, great first half, great amount of rounds being picked up on the T side, but once they got in the second half, it felt like they slowed down quite a bit. You know, the CD side wasn't as effective as the T side. They still managed to close things out pretty well. They're 16-11, but you know, right now they're in a comfortable position. They might think, okay, we can lose around here, we can lose around there, but if you're in that mindset, you may not realize then suddenly you've already lost something like 5 rounds in a row. Tikitakan will make sure that does not occur. Red Star going for a lengthy spray there. Sax eventually eliminates Flames, and as you can see, the round is coming to an abrupt end, and it will only go one way, the way of Illuminar.
They can pull off something miraculous. Snacks does take a tag, but no, they realize that the weaponry is far more valuable on the side of Tikitakan rather than attempting the 4v2. They did have a defuse kit, but again, not particularly the risk that you want to take. But like you say, the fact that the barrier was so large for Tikitakan, the fact that they had a 12-4, I mean, if things had have gone as they should have, we would have been sitting on at least a 13-14-4 kind of scoreline. So things could have been a hell of a lot different. But this time, Illuminar, they are slowly grinding their way back into this game. Some very good damage to close the round, at least. Getting away with a couple of free kills. We'll drop an AWP for Ivan, of course. We'll see what they can do with this one. But fortunately, 5 rounds in a row for Illuminar. Still keeping the economy tall enough to continue the purchases. And it's essentially down to Tikitakan. They lose this one. 11 will be on its way most likely. And Illuminar, we will have a game on our hands. But for now, there is at least the opportunity for Tikitakan to keep getting these victories. But even themselves must realize those opportunities aren't going to stick around for long.
And they're probably going to be too far between. Now then, Illuminar will begin to make their way to get some control over the ramp area. Next comes in with a very good Molotov at construction to try and force anyone out of position, but no one's really holding that angle. Ivan, though, missing the first shot with the AWP, will back away, in fact, successfully without losing his life in flames. Will not overstay his welcome as well. This looking rather good, but Illuminar, slowly but surely, they are trying to get as close as possible to the A-bomb side.
Thought Tikitakan were about to make a boost for a second there. with the AWP. That would have been a very wrong move to make. Innocent. On the smoke, trying to play for the angle. This time, Iben has vision. Very nice first kill. Time ticking as well, so they've essentially got to commit in the next few seconds or so. Second wave of smokes over the top toward the A side, but here is where the challenge faces. Iben gets away with a second, and Jaw backs him up there. It's a very nice round as Flames closes out too. And Tikitakan, they just save themselves there, extend the barrier a little further, and more so, cause a bit of economic turbulence on the side of Illuminar. They've got money, but only on 2 players.
Ooh, the implications of losing that round are pretty significant. I didn't realize it's going to be that severe for Illuminar. And, you know, you pointed it out. Yeah, there's 2 players that can potentially go in for the purchase. Third man, there in the form of Vega that's got the AK-47 and the Kevlar. But in all fairness, this is a shoddy investment. Lacking in terms of utility, lacking in terms of weaponry. That's the thing, Illuminar, they cannot hope to go for some sort of, double eco scenario. They just give away way too many rounds at that point. So the investment it is. Molotovs being deployed here from the side of Illuminar. They're again contesting the A-bomb site in flames. Flash rings in. There's the peak, and... Ooh, okay, Flames taking his sweet time. I guess he was waiting for a few more players to appear. And there's a certain snacks that does. Iben gets his, Flames goes in more, and even the 4th for Flames.
That's beautiful. The fact that he was blind for a couple of those as well is absolutely incredible. Was very confused when he got boosted up there. The fact that, yeah, I think he got a little stuck on one of the cement blocks. The hitboxes are a little... they're not as clean as you would like there, so you do get a little stuck, but yeah, thankfully the flashbang did rain in for long enough there, and well, Tikitakan, it's a very nice round, clean as you like, and more so, just look at the effect that it has on Illuminar. They're down to pistols to fight for the series now.
Mid control coming in. Spinks, wow, barely gets any damage in the players, and they're going to go for a very quick wrapper on the B-bomb set, and luckily for them, there's no one to try and stop them. Redster finally gets the frag, actually drums the bomb carry for a bit. This could still work out here for Tikitakan and Iben. Moving in, the bomb being dropped in a very good position, and Illuminar not having it easy as Iben swings in with the up. There's a few good kills coming in, there's a lot of them in fact, but overall, Mouse is left in the 1-on-2.
Bomb can at least be retrieved, but it depends on the position. Mouse, there we go. Mac 10 pays off, and well, Illuminar, they are saved by the bell. 14-10 off of the back of a 1v2, and Illuminar, they might not be done just yet.
Oh, no, nothing like it. If anything, feels like they got just enough juice in the tank to try and go for this one. Here we go. That is nice to witness. And a team like Illuminar's caliber has not given up just yet, and winning an impeccable clutch such as that one only helps them out. And they're facing the same issue that has tamed their T side and CT side in the past, is that they need to get consecutive round in. They need to get those consecutive rounds. They can't just win the one and then lose the next few in a row. See if they can actually get this one going. Interesting thing as well. I mean, they go in for the purchase here at Illuminar, right? But look at the weaponry.
Yeah. The fact that they have 3 Mac 10s on a B-side commit, there's not even a site that you would even favor in terms of where do these Mac 10s actually pay dividends. Well, this time, thankfully, great first, second by PHR. Iben to return the trade, but Jaw, it's not even worth the peak. Stay safe, group up, wait for your teammates, even save if you have to. And I think that might be the sort of idea out of the roster here, but it all depends on this damage done by Flames, because right now, well, there's none of it. Knack's able to close him down and make it a 4-on-2. That now caused the save for Tikitakan. I do hate the fact that so many teams in a, let's say 4-on-3 like this one, they only choose to make the save when they lose that third man, and they could have saved with 3 weapons. still had a very confident round moving forward, but unfortunately, it's just an M4 and an AWP they take out of this one. And Illuminar, they continue the uprising. Like you say, they've found their little mojo back here. That eco, well, 1v2, sort of half by scrappy clutch from Maus, seems to have refueled the tank a little bit.
Potentially, yeah. That's just how it is here in the map, or not just the map of Vertigo, but in CS in general, when one of your players comes out huge in an instance you don't expect. I mean, Mac 10, 1v2, being stuck in the most awkward position possible on the B bomb site? Yeah, that has to give some momentum. And thing is as well, I mean, last time around, Illuminar, they what? Had an op, they had, I think, one AK-47 and the other players in Mac 10. Now they're out here with the big guns as well. A really solid looking purchase. Flames? He's gonna swing out,
what
but...
Is
oh.
He is very lucky there. That could have been such a risky decision. And the worst part, he doesn't even know that players have crossed here at this point. Just about spots them out, but does he know how many? No, he does not. Spots them out, realizes exactly the situation, but still, 3-on-3 for the trades. Round is still open.
Absolutely so in PHR. They're in the positioning of Red Star, but not Innocent. And that's the big problem. PHR, though, needs to go for this engagement. He actually wins it with the very few bullets he has in his clip. And now Spinks, he's going to make sure that the player does not evade him just yet. 50 seconds on the clock. I'd say he has taken the right position. He can take a look at two angles at the same time, and as for PHR, he has to check almost every single one of them.
He is still committing toward the A side, and whoa, Spinks. His position felt good enough there with the way that he was set up, but seems like it's not even the case here as they wrap around each other. The timing, it could literally not be worse. Spinks, no! He thinks it's the B bomb site. That is so unfortunate. PHR will put the plant down, waiting just enough time to realize that it is the A side right now, and oh, this is heartbreaking. Spinks, he finally realizes, but does he get the read is the question. Well, PHR, oh wait, Spinks, timing was good, but PHR is better. And Illuminar, it comes down to another clutch, but it's another clutch they win.
Oh, absolutely. So there we go, Illuminar. Now we can finally see why Vertigo ends up being such a close map for them. It feels like PHR, not too shabby. You know, the stand-in here as well, winning an incredibly important round for Illuminar to still stay relevant. That's the thing as well, Tikitakan. Enough money barely to go for the purchase. Snacks finds himself too. That's the B-bomb set open for business.
Thinks the only line of defense that is now assembled here on the B-bomb site this time. Illuminar, though, confident enough to not yet commit. Understand that if they do need to rotate, that's exactly the choice they will make. Right now, of course, playing this absolutely perfectly. Veggie. Here's the footsteps. Realizes exactly what is up here, but more so starts to really punish this round as Spinks now dead on the stairs. They have no idea of what is coming right now for Tikitakan here as they sit and wait. Veggie gets a freebie there, and Tikitakan, it just feels like they're really overthinking this right now. The fact that Spinks, his position was that good on the A side in that previous round. The rotations on the B side were good enough in this one. Just feels like they are sort of playing 4D chess, but with themselves at this point and almost psyching themselves out of their own moves.
Interestingly enough, Illuminar, they're the ones to take a timeout. Not a team like Tikitakan, who I'd say is on a lot of pressure right now to try and close things out on this second map. And that's the thing as well. They close things out here on map number 2. They close things out in the best of 3. It's Illuminar to take the time out to have the discussion moving forward. And here as well. All the players you want to see step up here for Illuminar, it is Snacks. Snacks, again, time and time, he does it. Whereas in the case of Tikitakan, I mean, it's fairly even, especially the top 3. Every single player, 21 frags. So Tikitakan, they themselves have made the difficult choice, if you will. Not going to go for the investment. They're going to eco this one out. And yeah, it is going to be 14-14. They're willing to take that chance so that on the next round, they'd have plenty of utility, plenty of weaponry to try and deal with the Polish forces. But this is a nice little change up here. Dewar, the only player with the M4 that could potentially cause some havoc, is out here in middle looking for frags.
The one way they've got to play this round. Oh, Mouse. Wait a second. This one gives a free AK here. If you're Red Star right now, you start funneling it. But no, Ivan gets away with at least the second kill. Veggie returns one of his own. But this is perfect. The advantage now is still with Tikitakan for the time being. Ivan doesn't want to overextend because right now he's going to walk into his death as there is Snacks. That's what I'm saying. Just a little bit lackluster in checking these corners and making sure the angles are clear. But what they won't expect is that good old flank from Spinks. And he's got the M4A1S to play with. Oh, the damage is absolutely beautiful. It Snacks down to a 1v2.
Oh, and I thought that's going to be a failure there from Spinks, but lucky for him, the player just appears in his crosshairs and he actually kills him. But now for a player like Snacks, he has the bomb on his shoulders, but with 25 seconds, I mean, it's not going to be easy whatsoever. He can somehow get the frag, going to play it like flames quickly enough. Maybe there's the chance, but now, with that op in hand, he's going to have to be swift about this one. He has to clear out the corners and, well, ooh, there we go. Spots out the player, and here, it's not going to matter. Flames comes out on top. And actually, it was a nice attempt from a player like Snacks to actually throw in the grenade because he's expecting this round to be somewhat of an eco.
Yeah.
And so, if the grenade lands, it could potentially kill the player with just the one HE. But, of course, he does not achieve said victory.
I can tell exactly what's going on here from Tikitakan as well. They've got a double AWP on Red Star. That means he's going for a solo peek down on the B stairs, I believe. He will send a run boost in, and Mouse, he makes it. Loses a chunk of his health and loses his life because of it. Red Star picking off the first one, and Illuminar, you can tell with their reaction, they're lost. They don't know what to do now. They've lost the first man. They need to recuperate. Red Star predicting the boost, but Spinks, something he's been good at all series long is making these flanks. And that's something he's trying to do again here. The timing on Innocent might just be perfect.
And Tikitakan, they take their sweet time yet again in the second half, but they manage to close things out 16-13 and eventually win the best of three.
Their CT side is still a little bit of a liability, but the one thing they can, the one thing they've got the balls to say is our T side is goddamn incredible. 11 rounds, 10 rounds on T side Vertigo.
Medyo init kay summer diri.
Advantages, but they get the job done.
Dali ra kayo lang, wala ko 5 minutes sana.
Vertigo, pretty sure they're gonna get.
Wala ako lang gusto ng production. Production sa Mips wa. Ay, arami sa Mips sa
Three.
Balik sa compress. Okay, tara din. Nagbilang ka dra ko din. Gata sa sheet pa kay
Such a
Hi, Joy. We miss you.
that he can think about just one of your their closest speeds that could potentially
Kaniya kay nangguna man ni kay ko
gun round. There's another shot investment from Tikitakan. That could very easily mean a third, but it is how it is, and the players of Tikitakan, they go on here to the 1-0 bracket, and rightfully so.
Yeah, one of those teams that it's not even a sleeper team because they've got the results. It's not even like they can pounce up on you when you least expect it. They've done the 2-0 over Gamer Legion. They've done the 2-0 over Lingby Viking, now the 2-0 over Illuminar. They're really starting to prove this
Amo ra ning
roster,
gisikreto.
despite the different nationalities, despite the mixing cultures, despite their maybe lackluster CT side, they've got what it takes to challenge some of the best in the 9-5 Swiss stage right now. And like you say, they'll go in that 1-0 seeding bracket. They'll have a very interesting game tomorrow, of course. But that does call time on this series. Illuminar, they could have and probably should have taken it to a third map here in this one, gone to Inferno, but that is not the case. And well, as the series draws to a close, so does our time here on this one. You'll be taken over, I believe, by Jay and Dweg. If not, it's Tea Time and Wild Deity. There's either two of the very safe hands picking up the broadcast no matter what. If you have enjoyed, of course, our Twitters are right below the cameras. Go and check us out. Drop us a follow. Does mean a lot. Of course, make sure you are entering the giveaways provided by Esports Millions as well. Go to ukrn.io/Esports Millions or go to @the Esports Bible's pinned tweet on Twitter. Very simple to find with so many rewards available. So go and check that out. But we'll see you tomorrow, of course, same time, same place here on the 9-5 broadcast. Have a great rest of the day. Enjoy the matches. Keep up with the scorelines. We'll see you next time, though.
Initialize booting. These are your targets. You must find, capture and contain them until extraction vehicle arrives. Witnesses are irrelevant. Leave them unharmed if you can. End of a transmission.